Today is our trash day.
Yep.
And you bring both trash cans in at the same time.
Heck yeah.
So you're pushing one and pulling the other?
Yes. I push one in front of me and I pull one behind me simultaneously.
Simultaneously or simultaneously?
Are we British or are we American?
But, so we have two, which is one's regular garbage and the other's recycling.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring both back at the same time. I used to bring back one at a time.
Yeah.
And then you said, what are you doing? Like, just bring both at the same time. Last week, I brought back both at the same time. Essentially, there's one in front of you and one behind me, right?
Yeah.
You're pushing one, you're pulling the other.
Yeah, you have to be, it takes a lot of coordination.
It takes coordination. But in the middle of bringing back two at once, two trash bins at once, I thought, this does not look dignified.
Whatever.
It's kind of like if Debbie, our neighbor, was looking at me, she'd be like, what's that loser doing?
No. If she saw you only doing one, she'd be like, this loser can't handle two at once?
No, I disagree.
Totally. No. If they see you with the one in front, the one behind, and you're trotting in between, trotting at a fast pace to your garage, they're like, wow, this guy is like an Olympian out here. A gymnast.
It requires a lot of coordination. It requires a lot of kind of jimmying, and I got to keep this one going this way.
There's balance. There's a...
It's like rubbing your tummy and patting your head at the same time. And I did it last week, and I said, this is not for me. I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to get the extra steps in.
Exactly. That's what it boils down to.
Cardio, calisthenics.
You're always looking for extra steps in your life.
That's true.
Just admit you can't do it.
Okay, I can.
Just admit you look like a fool.
I can do it, but I can't do it with dignity.
Okay. I look like a queen when I'm doing it.
Well, you look like a queen doing everything, honey.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
That's me.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me at the dining room table for our little program here. Okay, so I found a listicle. It's called 50 Little, not Little. Little. Yes. Okay, now I didn't want to get on this side tangent, but one of my beefs, my grammar / dialogue / vernacular beefs, conversation beefs, is people who don't pronounce the T in certain words.
Certain.
Like certain. Okay? So, important. No, it's important. Continent. There's 7 of them, honey. Continent. Okay?
Okay.
Peyton Fisher. No, her name is Peyton Fisher. But, and follow me here. Let's put this yeast and dough into the oven, and let's see if it bakes.
Okay.
Conan O'Brien has a podcast. It's called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. And the premise / angle is that Conan O'Brien is seeking friendship from these Hollywood celebrities, his guests that he has on. It's dumb, but it's an angle. You gotta make a difference. You gotta be different in a world of hundreds of thousands of podcasts. And his podcast is Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. So he's seeking a relationship from quote unquote celebrities. It's a premise. It's a thing. So what happens is, if like Daniel Radcliffe was recently on Harry Potter, ever hear of him? And every guest does this. But so Daniel Radcliffe was recently on, and in the beginning of the podcast, again, the title is Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. So Daniel Radcliffe comes on and he records his introduction and he goes, hello, I'm Daniel Radcliffe and I want to be Conan O'Brien's friend. That's what every celebrity guest on this podcast does. Michael Keaton. Ever hear of him?
Batman?
Batman. Multiplicity.
Mr. Mom?
That's a good reach. I didn't know if you would know that movie, honey.
Yes.
And then the movie where he was the Asian car manufacturer movie.
And oop.
Michael Keaton car movie. Gung Ho. Did you ever watch Gung Ho?
I've never heard of Gung Ho.
Gung Ho is a fantastic 80s movie, which I won't dive into the premise here. But Michael Keaton is an actor. Multiplicity. Ever hear of it? Did I bring that up earlier? But so he comes on and he has to do, hi, my name is Carolyn Nicholas and I want to be Conan O'Brien's friend. What every celebrity reads the introduction into this podcast. So he comes on and he goes, hi, my name is Michael Keaton. So even Michael Keaton doesn't pronounce the T in his own flipping name. It blew my mind, honey. I was like,
why does he do that to himself?
Exactly. Okay, so there's many angles you
Respect yourself, man.
Is he just tired of it? Like, if your name is Shashikant, who actually was a recruiter in my life,
your old friend,
got me a job at Rico for 2 weeks in Rancho Cordova. Yes.
Do you think like Peyton Manning?
Yes.
Did I do it?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Peyton.
Does Peyton Manning get so annoyed with people being like Peyton,
right.
Peyton Manning?
Right.
I wonder, like maybe Michael Keaton is the same.
Well, okay, so has Michael Keaton been? He's 50ish. He's 60 years old. Has he just given up and he stopped pronouncing the T in Keaton? Has he never pronounced the T in Keaton? Mm-hmm. Or does he just do it? He just doesn't mind anymore. He just does, it's reflexive. He doesn't think about it. Yes.
You're gonna have to do a deep dive of all the interviews that ever existed of him.
Yes. Throughout
his entire life, and you're gonna have to listen to him say his own name, and you're gonna have to come back and report to the pod next week.
He was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno in 1998.
Exactly.
And for some reason, he said his last name.
Hi, I'm Michael Keaton.
I'm Michael Keaton. That's just. And if you're asking why I care about this, because without rules, there's chaos.
Obviously. Obviously.
Without rules, there is chaos. and to throw away grammar and vernacular and dialogue, it's bedlam. And I'm not in favor of that.
You know, what's next is we're living in Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Everything's madness. Yes. We're killing each other.
Yes. And Piggy will have the conch. And then rest in power, Piggy. Okay. So here's a listicle called The 50 Little Social Etiquette Rules Everyone Should Follow. And the sub-headline or the minor headline, what do they call it?
I don't know.
Make the world a nicer place with these simple gestures. I've winnowed this down. First of all... Every listicle on the internet, it shouldn't be more than 10.
Oh my goodness.
Should not be more than 10.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Did you read through all 50?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And
you're the only person on the internet who read all 50.
And it was a slideshow, okay?
Oh.
And I'm still here. And it was a trying time. I'm still shaking from this experience. But like, I don't mind a slideshow, but you got to have the link like, click here to view this all in one page. And then you click that and then boom, all 50 pop up.
Right.
But this had no click here. It just had the little arrow to the right. And so scroll over. I winnowed this down to 40 because I care about the pod.
40 is a lot. Why didn't you winnow it down to 10?
That's an excellent question. But we've had some spirits here, honey. And I tried my best. And I winnowed it down from 50 to 40, so I should get a Boy Scout medal.
Badge!
Something. A badge, yes.
And then you sew it onto your little sash.
Yes. I sold 80 boxes of Thin Mints, okay? That's the Girl Scouts.
That's the Girl Scouts?
I know.
Okay, let's do this.
There are no rules, because Michael Keaton doesn't pronounce the T in his last name, okay? It blew my mind. It hurt me a little. Okay. 40 from 50. Window down. So 10 out of 50 is 20%. I took 80% of this listicle from Delish.
Is that right?
Which is a website, yes.
I trust you.
Yes. 40 little social etiquette rules everyone should follow. Make the world a nicer place with these simple gestures. Okay, number 1. I'm not gonna like number everyone. It's just nonsense. First one, say please and thank you.
Obviously.
Yes.
This is what you learn in, no, not even kindergarten. You learn this when you're like 1 years old.
Yeah, if your mama is a good mama.
Exactly.
We just talked to Liz Fisher via video call, and I'm sure she ingrained this in you.
Yeah.
Embedded this in you.
All good parents do. Mm-hmm. Next.
Hold on. I would like to expand on this a little bit. Saying please and thank you. These people, these celebrities who say, like, they're on whatever, Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, a podcast, and then they get the plug at the end of Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, a
Hot
podcast.
Ones.
Right. They say, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Why don't you include a please in there?
Yes,
please,
celebrities.
Please follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on Instagram. It'd make a world of difference.
Would you then follow them?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
All I know is that when they say, follow me on Instagram, I don't follow them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you include a please, maybe 2 pleases, please, maybe.
So you want them to beg. You want them to crawl on their knees to you.
Yes, they're living the life, honey, and I'm out here in a fabulous condominium with my darling family, but they get to live a life of luxury and palatial estates. And saying please and thank you, is that too much to ask, Mr. The Rock? Mr. Dwayne
No,
Johnson?
it isn't.
Exactly. So say please. Say pretty please with sugar on top.
But you know what I hate?
Yes.
Okay, in a workplace environment where you're like emailing coworkers and people above you, below you.
Yeah.
I do this all the time because if I don't, I feel bad. I throw a thank you on the end of every correspondence in my emails and my whatever.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is dumb. It's unnecessary. Why am I thanking them for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I emailed HR today or yesterday at work, and I did thanks with the exclamation point.
Thanks.
I think that's legitimate. I think that's genuine if it's part of the email. But these people who have thanks in their email signature or thank you, go to hell.
I say thank you all the time, even when it's like not necessary, it's superfluous, and I just feel like I'm so annoying. But on the other hand, I feel rude if I don't do it.
Rude.
We're all doing it. We're all sending these extra thank yous that don't need to exist.
Yeah.
So I feel like it lessens the value of a thank you that we're throwing it around so casually in the workplace.
Yes, but if you type it out, again, if it's part of the body of the email, I think it's good. But if it's part of your email signature, phone number, email, the department you're in, and then thank you is right above your name, that means nothing.
That is so heartless.
I hate that.
I do too.
Drives me crazy. Write it, type it out, take the 6 seconds to type it out. Thanks. And it'll get you places.
Okay.
Okay, next one. I'm not going to number these because who cares? Smile.
Oh, no. I will not smile for you.
At the cashier, the bank teller, your coworker, even if he or she doesn't smile back.
You know what?
Yeah.
This is different for a woman. Because our whole lives, women are always told, smile. Why don't you give a little smile? By random men. And this is like a thing. I don't know if
this when construction workers catcall you.
I don't
and you
know
don't
if
respond.
you're aware of this, honestly. And like we might have different views on this, but women are always told to smile.
Why?
And it's because
By who?
random people. If I've been told to smile by many people in my life. Coworkers, people on the street, people in stores.
So they begin to engage you and then you're not smiling?
Sometimes they engage me. Sometimes just like in passing. And it's very annoying. I think women are expected to always have like a pleasant disposition.
Yeah.
To like be looking pretty and positive.
Yeah.
So this particular thing, I know it grates on a lot of women, myself included.
Yeah.
Don't tell a woman to smile.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody to smile.
That is odd.
And also, I'm like, why would I be walking around with a smile on my face? I would look creepy.
Right.
I would look like a clown.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't do it. I disagree. Take this off the list.
Well, well, first of all, I've heard about this thing, but I would never tell a woman to smile. Whatever. As long as you have a generally pleasant disposition, we can go about our day. Like, I encounter women in my job all the time, every day. Hey, how's it going? Hey, have a good weekend. Okay. But I would never ever tell a woman to smile. Randomly, coworker, family member, smile. That's just dumb.
I know. I agree.
But I would kind of alter this a little. Just be genial. Like, I've worked in retail, honey. Walmart, Plaid Electric Supply. And you want to be, like, positive.
I agree.
Yeah.
For sure.
You want to be, like, not necessarily jokey, but quick with the general disposition of, I'm trying to help you. Hey, we're out here on this earth. We're going to die soon in about 40 to 50 years. Let's try to get you this bicycle down from on high.
Oh, you used to get the bikes down for people in Walmart.
I did. And it would take like a huge metal thing, and you'd have to pull it down, and sometimes it wouldn't pull down, sometimes it wouldn't put back up.
Did you flex as you pulled down?
Yeah.
I know you did.
Obviously.
I agree.
Well, that would make the customer smile, honey, and smile is the number 2 on this
Make
list.
them smile, make them drool.
Yes.
I agree. Whether I'm the customer or whether I'm the person giving a service, I am always positive. Yeah. I'm very pleasant.
Yeah.
But that's different. Okay, that's different than just telling a random woman to smile.
Just different situations,
yeah.
Right? Again, I would never tell a woman, smile. 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 Next one. Hold the door for the person behind you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. But you know what?
Yeah. They smile.
I used to hold the door. Okay, I've been both on the giving and receiving end of this. Yeah. You hold the door and the person's like too far away.
Okay, right.
And then they're either like, you don't have to hold it, and then I feel dumb, or they're like, they break into like a little jog.
Yeah.
And I've done both as well. Like I've felt like, oh, now we have to hurry. And it's just awkward.
Well, you have to do the mental calculation. And this is like that Sean Penn's wife, Robin Wright. Right. The meme where she has all the numbers and the triangles.
That's not her.
That's not her?
That's
but you know
not
the
her.
meme.
I know. It's a blonde old white lady. That's
well,
not Robin,
she's
right?
Old. She's middle age, honey.
50s, 40s.
But she has all these calculations going on.
That's not Robin Wright.
Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. Ever hear of it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Paul Bettany.
That guy, that white guy who's like he has the board on the wall.
Yes.
And he's like pointing to it. I think it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Sunny in Philadelphia. But you get the general premise that what you need to do is when you walk through a door, take a quick look behind you, or just be aware if someone is behind you, and then you have to do all the trigonometry and geometry and calculus to figure, will this door close before they arrive at this door? And sometimes you make the bad call. You don't calculate it correctly. But that's something that, because I'm walking into buildings all day and for my job, and it's something that I have to deal with all the time. I try to hold the door, man or woman, I don't care. And then if they're carrying something, that makes them even more appreciative. But yeah, you always want to try to hold the door.
It's so stressful.
Right. And maybe there's less stakes at hand when it's the door at 7-Eleven or 8 p.m.
I used to do it all the time. And then I was holding it for people that were too far away. And then it was just awkward. I felt dumb. So now I just close it. I don't even look. I just close it.
If they're right behind you. Sorry, you missed out. You gotta have, it's like that gate in The Princess Bride. Oh, that gate key. Yeah, so you definitely want to hold the door for the person behind you. Oh, and the footnote, and if someone holds the door for you, always say thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I do that, without a doubt. Next one, are we doing 40? Yes, 40. 40,
well,
40 little.
Are we?
40 little, not little, or lil.
Lil.
Social etiquette rules for everyone should follow. Next one, step outside to answer phone calls. Absolutely.
Most of the time.
What?
I answer the phone at my desk at work.
Really?
I sit in a big office area where we're all in little cubicles.
Does it bother your coworkers?
Well, okay. If it's going to be quick...
And is it important?
If it's going to be quick, quiet, I do it. If it's going to be longer, if it's more of a personal nature, I absolutely walk outside. Mm-hmm. And if I'm in any other environment, I will go outside.
Yeah. Well, what I think about this is people in the grocery store and Walmart who are like on phone calls, doing their shopping, like in the soup aisle.
That's fine.
Going through the... What? If I'm also in the soup aisle, I don't need to hear one side of a conversation.
I think that's totally fine.
I think it's absolutely forbidden.
Think from their end. Are you going to pause your shopping, abandon your cart, and walk outside to talk on the phone?
Yes. If it's a mundane, idiotic conversation, I'll call you back.
Well, yeah. If it's mundane, idiotic, don't even answer the phone. But if it's urgent, answer it and talk. That's fine.
Okay, and then that conversation should be, if it's urgent, it should be over in 35 seconds. But if they're, oh, what did you do last night? Oh, I ate some peaches.
All right, that's annoying. That's annoying.
Hey, let me take it up a level, honey. Mm-hmm. At Planet Fitness, these people who are on video calls.
What?
Yes, and just blah blah blah, yada yada yada.
You should never be on the phone in the gym.
Right.
Or if it's like your wild child calling you.
Yes.
If it's Luna Marie calling us.
Yes.
You should be on the phone for 30 seconds to whatever they need, and then you're off.
Right.
You should not be chatting away with your buddies.
Right. But at our Planet Fitness, I see people on video calls, or they have like the earbuds, AirPods hooked up to their phone, and they're having conversations like, oh yeah, you want to go to the movies tonight? Let's go to the movies tonight. Oh yeah, we're going to see Shang-Chi. Oh, I'm going to get some popcorn.
That's so weird.
It's odd, it's bizarre, and it's annoying.
That must be in the front where you're lifting with the, the lifting bros. Because I don't experience that when we go to Planet Fitness together.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't see that myself.
Yeah.
I'm more like on the machines, the cardio stuff.
Yeah. It happens more often than not. Drives me crazy. And again, if it's an emergency, you should be out. Like when Luna Marie called me and asked, how do I sign for a UPS package being delivered to our home? And I said, just write Luna Garcia. And she said, in cursive or print? And I said, it's okay if you print it, darling daughter. And she said, okay. But something like that, it's over quick. But these people are having conversations about, how's your family? How's it? While they're lifting, while they're working out, while they're exercising. Drives me nuts. Or if you're in the soup aisle, if it's quick, get it over with. If it's longer, then step out of the Walmart where the homeless people are and have your 29-minute conversation. Next one, give people a pass. Cranky salesperson, nasty driver. You have no idea what's going on with that person right now. Did her dog die? Oh, okay. Did he just get bad health news? Okay. You don't have to reward ugly behavior with your own nastiness, which only perpetuates the cycle.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? When it comes to service, people in service positions, absolutely.
Yeah.
The only time I find myself getting pissed off and irritated is when, like, somebody in, like, a fellow patron is being rude. Maybe I should extend this to everybody. Mm-hmm. But definitely if, like, a service person is grumpy, I let it pass. Because, like, we all hate our jobs.
Yeah.
We all want to be home. We're tired. We're stressed out. Something's going on outside of the work world that we're worried about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
The key is we all hate our jobs.
I think in general, us as a humanity,
Yes.
we all need to be more gentle and kind with each other.
Yes.
We all have so much going on. You have no idea what other people are dealing with.
Right.
I certainly appreciate when somebody is kind and patient with me. Mm-hmm. So I try to pass that on to others, for sure.
Yeah. I would agree. Like, these people who, like, start flipping cash registers over in the Popeyes chicken because their chicken sandwich isn't ready in 2 seconds. What's wrong with you? Like, what's your deal? And some service workers, retail workers, fast food workers, you might get a bad worker who just doesn't care or is having a down day, is down on their luck. But you don't want to respond in kind with more ugliness. Mm-hmm. The proper thing is to go on Yelp. The proper thing to do is go on Yelp, give them a 1-star review, and tell them how the world has wronged you. How
go on Yelp.
Gentleman or lady has wronged you, yes.
Go on Yelp, leave a 1-star review. Then go on your Facebook neighborhood page.
Yes.
And call out the restaurant in question.
Yes.
And gripe and moan. And then everyone in the comments will hate you and
Yes.
talk crap back to you. And that's how it's dealt with, really.
And don't forget Nextdoor. And don't forget to tag the corporate account of Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market, or whatever. Next one. 50 Little Social Etiquette Rules, I think that's the title. Look at the person who is speaking to you. I agree.
What?
Again,
What?
Well,
In a service aspect, like a customer to patron, or what's it called? Like, when would you not be looking at somebody? Like the waiter, for example, or what? Just anybody who's speaking to you?
Yeah. Well, the next sentence is seriously, look up from your smartphone.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're interacting with anybody, put your phone down.
Yeah.
Don't be texting and trying to talk to the quick quack
Yeah.
manager guy who's taking your order.
And again, if it's an emergency and you need 10 seconds, okay, but then put it away. My thing, again, what I said is that I go in and out of lots of buildings for my job. But I've noticed recently that security guards who like wave, but they don't look at me while they're waving.
Yes.
What's the deal with that, dude?
That ain't genuine.
Right. Like, look at me while you're waving. Don't look at your phone or look at your paperwork or notepad. Say, oh, Vince came in at 8:32. Like, look at me while you're waving. Don't just do a absentee wave or...
yeah, it's just like, do I not matter?
Right.
I'm not even worth your eyes.
Right.
Focusing on me for a moment.
Because I like the wave. We acknowledge each other. Hey, how's it going? But look at me while... And then, because I do this...
Look at me!
Look at me. Look at me. Look at my eye. But sometimes, like... I know when I wave at people, when I wave at a security guard, when I wave at a coworker, they're looking at something else or their attention is diverted for a quick second. Mm-hmm. I make sure to wave again. And I make sure I have their
Are you in their face like, hey!
Yeah. Hello, Mrs. Security Guard. I'm here. I matter. I'm a person. Yeah, look at the person who's speaking to you. Next one. Look it. Spelled LOOK''T. Let someone go in front of you in line.
Absolutely.
Yes. This is huge at grocery stores, Dollar Trees, Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market. If you have 48 items and maybe I have one item, let me go. And it goes around completely the opposite. If you and me are shopping and we have 48 items and the person behind us has one item or two items, please step up.
Yep, for sure. No question, no debate. That, like, everybody should be doing this.
Yeah.
But you know, like, when somebody has a lot and you only have a couple things and they let you go?
Yeah.
Are you like me where you're like, oh, really? Are you sure? Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you.
What about if the person who has 48 items and I or we have one or two, and and we just kind of stare at them like, please let us go. Please let us go. Or hopefully another Dollar Tree cashier will come to our rescue out of the blue and come sailing in like a pirate in Three Musketeers, starring Charlie Sheen and Chris O'Donnell. And they'll come swinging in via the chandelier in this castle. And thank you, saving me for 12 minutes, 15 minutes.
There's nothing you can do if you're the person behind the person with a giant cart. But everybody should abide by this rule. Yeah. You absolutely let people go in front of you who only have a few things. You
can stare at them and give them the death stare. Start pushing over their cart. Like, listen here. Next one. Cough or sneeze into your elbow.
Yeah. I have
Yes.
I have drilled this into my kids' minds.
You have.
Where, now, if I don't do this myself, they both yell at me. Cough in your elbow! Sneeze in your elbow!
I only left this in the listicle because when I sneeze at work, and I sneeze at work once in a while.
You sneeze a lot.
You sneeze a lot. I sneeze at about a 15% rate of your sneezes.
Okay.
But when I do sneeze at work, because I deal with dust and dirt, and there's all stuff, nonsense going on. But I do sneeze. But whenever I do sneeze at work and Pal leaves around, I always make sure I sneeze and then I say, "Oh, it's the COVID." And that's
bringing some levity to your allergies.
It's all about making your life a little bit more pleasant, a little funnier. If you sneeze and you're not yelling, "Oh, it's the COVID," are you really living? Are you really out here? Next one. Learn people's names. Okay. Well, I left this in because, as you know, honey, I love people's names.
Yeah.
First names and last names. Your mom's name is Liz Fisher, and I remember one time I called her Elizabeth, and it kind of took her aback because I love the name Elizabeth. It's so formal and proper and royal.
It's a beautiful name. Nobody calls her that.
Yeah, and it's very British, and we were saying our goodbyes, and I said, okay. And I forget, maybe Alan mentioned it, your dad, or someone mentioned it. Because I had always known her as Liz Fisher. And then someone said something, Elizabeth, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's very regal. And so at the end of our whatever we were doing, I said, goodbye, Elizabeth. And your mom was just like, huh? Because everyone calls her Liz.
Yeah.
Your dad calls her Lizard, which... I wouldn't call you
you know
a
what?
pet.
Do you know what Lizard is short for? His nickname? Lizard Lips.
Wait a second.
That's like the full nickname.
Alan Fisher. Oh, what else is going on here?
Everybody, like, for as long... I don't think anyone's ever called her Elizabeth that I'm aware of. Yeah. Everyone calls her Liz.
It's a beautiful name. Your name, Carolyn, your family calls you Koo, which, okay, it's cute if you're like 6. But I love your name, Carolyn. I love that name. Well, you know, like, I deal with a lot of mail. And this week, whenever I come across a unique name or a different name or a fascinating name, I say, hey, this is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you texted to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's fun. That's cool.
And this week was LL.
Something lavender. Something L Lavender.
Yeah, it was like Lisa Lavender or Lucy Lavender. I was like, that's a cool name. So I love formal, full first names because it just, well, it makes us different.
Yeah.
And not so like he, ha, Koo Pacaralia. Carolyn.
I love my nickname. I love Koo. But
it's fine.
I'm glad that you love my full real name because I've always been like, oh, it's kind of odd. It's not common. Mm-hmm. I've always been like, it kind of like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Like,
Carolyn?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like more critical because it's my own.
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't want to change it by any means.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. I'm glad I have it. But I've never, like, I don't know. It just makes me happy that you like it.
I love names. I love unique first names. I love unique last names. I love putting them together. Constantly at work, I'm like, Paoli. I think that's it's very Asian. But I love saying it. Joe Kuntz. Kuntz is like...
Kunzi Woonzi.
Kunzi Woonzi. I've never heard that last name before, and it makes him different and special, and it just separates him from the crowd, like as opposed to Joe Williams or something like that.
Right.
And so I love unique first names. I love unique last names. I love putting first and last names together. That's just my deal. And like darling daughter, I love her middle name, Luna Marie. Mm-hmm. Call her that constantly. Lennox Sauber, he doesn't like that name. That's his middle name, but I call him that all the time because it just makes it different.
Yeah, like we all should appreciate our names because it's so unique to yourself. Mm-hmm. And like what else? Like break down everything else.
Yeah.
Take away everything else. You always have your name.
Yeah. So
it's very special. We should all cherish our names, regardless of what they are.
Yeah. Like, if your name was Matt Simpson. Okay. Well, in that case, I would be like, Matt Simpson! And not just Matt.
I bet you'd be like, well, if it was Matthew Simpson, I bet you would say Matthew Simpson.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. The full, formal, regal, egalitarian.
That reminds me.
Yes.
One of my brothers is named Cameron.
Yes.
And we always call him Cam.
Yes.
But I think... I think I need to make an effort to call him Cameron.
Yes.
I want to always call him that.
Yes.
I think I do, mostly. But I'm from now on, for sure. Every time.
See, I don't call him... I call him Cam, but there's a rapper named Cameron who sang, Oh Boy, ever hear of it?
He sang another song I like, which I can't remember right now.
I know. Hey Ma, what's up?
I love that song. Uh-huh. That's it.
We're gonna get it on tonight with Jules Santana. Yeah.
I love that song.
I know, I do too.
But my brother's name is Cameron. Okay?
Cameron.
There's no apostrophe in his name.
Oh, well, I realize that, but...
It's like the Keaton. It's not Cameron. It's Cameron.
Michael Keaton, Cameron. But I think it's fun. Like, we were playing some stupid game at your brother Brent's house, Uncle Brent's house. Some game that was on the internet and the TV where we all play.
Oh, yeah.
And he put his name as B. Diddy. And I thought that was funny. And not all the time, but a lot of the time when we see him now here and there, out and about, I'm like, hey, B. Diddy. Because I just think that's fun. It's cute and it's different.
Yeah, that's fun. You know what?
Brent.
A coworker I had years ago used to call me C Money. Isn't that a rapper?
Wait a second.
Is that a rapper?
C Murder is a rapper. He was on No Limit Records, honey. Master P.
I worked with a guy who called me C Money.
That's just odd. You know what? He liked you. He was attracted to you. Show me this man. I will fight him in the realm. It will be a knight's tale.
Okay.
Heath Ledger.
Okay.
Back to Paul Bettany.
Bettany.
Next one. Okay, this is where we get personal. Personal. Next one. What is this list called?
Social etiquette rules to follow to make the world a better place.
Little social etiquette rules everyone should follow. Okay, we're about to get real here, honey. This one, handwrite thank you notes. Okay.
Oh dear. This hits hard.
Yes. So, we got married 2019.
Yeah. May 2019.
May 25.
May 25th, 2019.
Yes.
Best day ever.
Yes. And
then
we got gift cards and gifts, and people came to our wedding. Mm-hmm. Our wedding was small.
Yes.
20-ish people's.
Between 20 and 30.
Cameron was there, not the rapper, the Fisher. But the week after, we had a quote-unquote big party or just more, or
we had an intimate ceremony.
Yeah. We said no kids.
We had no kids except for our own.
Yes. Darling daughter and Lennox.
So it was a very small wedding party.
But the next weekend we were like, everyone can come, bring your kids, let's go nuts.
We had a shindig at our apartment condo thingy where we lived at the time in the pool house.
And I
with
passed out.
No air conditioning. It was so hot. You passed out. We had to go to the ER.
The ambulance came. I had to go to the ER, and that was a $12,000 bill, which my mom paid. Anyways,
it was not 12. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Handwrite, thank you. Notes.
Anyway,
yes. So we got lots of gifts. We got lots of gift cards, and so the week after, or 2 weeks after, we were like, we need to thank these people who gave us gift cards to Studio Movie Grill, which we're about to re-gift to Alan Fisher. Yes.
We successfully wrote thank you cards to everybody who was at our May 25th wedding.
The initial wedding.
Good for us.
Which was about 20-ish people at the Chicken Park in Fair Oaks, California.
Great success.
We wrote them out.
Yes.
We said
I wrote them out.
You wrote them out.
Actually, no. I want to say that you hand wrote the ones to your side of the group, and I hand wrote the ones to my side.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do that, and we sent them in the mail.
Okay, in the snail mail.
Yep.
And then the weekend after, when people lavished us with gifts,
when we invited tons of people.
Yeah.
Our acquaintances, our extended families, extended long lost friends.
And then we were like, we need to send thank you notes / cards to these people.
We had giant stacks of blank thank you cards that we bought at Dollar Tree or something.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're going to do this.
Yes.
We're going to write these.
I remember going through the gifts and the gift cards and saying, okay, this is from this person, this is from Keith Sharward, and this is from Celestine Ford, and this is from that, and this is from he and she and Z and they, and it was a lot, but we wanted to undertake it.
We had all full intentions of thanking everybody.
Within a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then
many months passed.
Yes. 12 months passed.
And then we were coming up on our 1 year anniversary. We still had not sent these thank you cards.
Yes.
So we were like, well, let's send them and be like, on the anniversary of our 1 year, we'll send these cards.
Right. So like, hey, we're not some losers who sent these thank you notes 10 months after our party. We're sending this as a way to celebrate our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
And so we would kind of cover up our errors, our misfortunes, our misgivings.
And
then we didn't send them.
And then we didn't even do that.
Yeah.
So we never sent thank you cards for our second elaborated, extended wedding party that we had.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On the other hand.
Yes.
Are thank you cards antiquated? Are they outdated? Are they something that we all need to move on from? You say thank you.
Yes.
Like when we were talking to people that day, greeting people, mingling, we were like, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Is that sufficient?
No. The actual tangible piece of paper sent through the mail, it shows care and concern and just appreciation. Sorry. We did not do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. Actually, this is going to come up later.
Okay.
Saying, excuse me.
This is a preview for later on.
Yes. This is a tease. But it's very meaningful to get something in the mail, a piece of paper, something that you can grab onto.
Yeah.
We're about to hit... No, we're not about to hit. But in May next year...
May 2022 will be our 3 year anniversary. Should we send the cards then?
Should we like hee hee ha ha?
Everyone would be like, what the hell?
Right. I don't even remember when I got these people.
I don't remember going to this
Who are
events.
you? I haven't talked to you since then. I remember Vince, his eyes rolling into the back of his head. And
Honey, I was like, we've been married 1 week. Am I about to be a widow?
I know.
You don't realize how scary that event was for me.
I do. And my mom constantly reminds me of it.
I know.
Well, you remember, she's said repeatedly, you need to take care of yourself.
I thought you were dying.
I wasn't dying. I think there was a large overreaction.
You were not aware of how out of it you were.
We had a lot to do involving food and balloons, and I drank an energy drink. I didn't eat breakfast. Yes.
We'll talk about this later.
Will we?
You were you were completely unresponsive.
I was.
Out of it.
I remember.
You were like a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was me, I feel like if we were reversed, you would have been just as concerned as I was.
That's a good point. Who called 911? Was it Hillary Egan or Liz Fisher?
Me, Hillary, and my mom were at the forefront.
Elizabeth Fisher.
Hillary and my mom were both, like, I love them. These are my girls. And they were both at the forefront of what was happening with you. Probably my mom, because she's a medical person.
Yes.
Yeah. But if we had to do it all over again, I would have still called an ambulance because you have no idea how bad you seemed and were for many, like at least 20 minutes.
I maintain that if Brent Fisher and Brandon Fisher had taken me to our condo and I had been able to sit in the midst of powerful air conditioning and drinking some Gatorade, I'd be fine. But that's just my bravado, honey.
We'll talk about this later. This is too long for the pod.
Let's not talk about this later. Okay. Let's talk about it on our 3-year anniversary when we send out those thank you notes.
Wait for it.
Next little smart or what, etiquette.
Whatever.
Put your smartphone away during meals. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next. Well, there's nothing else to say.
Like
you just don't do that.
We've gone out. Well, at Lanice's, Luna Marie was on her phone.
Yeah.
And I said, Luna, chill.
Yep. No, you didn't say it to her. You said it to me. So next time, just say it directly to her.
I was running interference.
Well, next time, just say it to her.
Well, okay. I do, and I have.
You're the darling stepdad.
Yeah. But yeah. Put away your telephone during meals.
Absolutely.
And again, if you need to do something really quick, although what warrants a really quick, unless it's a 911 emergency. If you want to do something really quick, okay. Like, take a picture of your food.
Yeah. I allow for that. Yeah.
Hop on Instagram for 20 seconds, but then put it away. Be engaged with your dining partner. Next one, be on time. Yeah.
Sure.
This is huge. For work, for social engagements.
Agree. 100%.
Next one, clean up after your pet. Okay. So we have a cat.
Cleaning up after him entails when he vomits throughout our home and when he poops in his litter box and gets litter all over the floor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do that.
Yeah. But this makes me think of people who have dogs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Savages,
definitely.
Animals. Get a real pet like a cat. But I actually just I was in Natomas today, and I saw a couple walking a dog, and the male had the dog's duty in a bag. And I was like, okay, bravo. Thank you for carrying the dog's duty in a bag. And he disposed of it. But I just thought, who would want a dog?
Dogs are so dirty.
Yeah. And people take them for walks, and there's some people who don't clean them up. Mm-hmm. Which, okay. But people do clean them up. If we did have a dog, honey, if we live in a house with a dog, which is my fantasy one day, would we clean up his poop on a walk?
Absolutely.
Down South River Road?
Absolutely.
There's poop everywhere.
I would bring a garbage bag with me in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I 100% would be picking up his poop. Or hers.
Yeah. I would, well, if he pooped where other dogs have pooped.
Honey.
Many, many times.
You wouldn't?
No one else is. If it was on like a nice white sidewalk, maybe.
You're part of the problem.
Yes, I am. Well, how I solve that problem is that we have a cat, and we love him, and he doesn't go on walks and poops on public sidewalks and streets.
Yep, the cats keep their mess to your house.
Yes. Next one, always RSVP, and do it right away.
Yeah, I'm big on that.
Yeah, and RSVP, yes or no.
Yes.
Because a lot of people who don't want to go or can't go, they have something else. They don't RSVP thinking that's saying no, but really you're just in the lurch.
Or they say, "Oh, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know." Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Because you're only harming the host or hostess.
This makes me think of when I worked at Pacific Bell Internet.
What?
Ever hear of it? I'm old, is what I'm saying. I'm about to be 44 in a month, honey. Less than a month?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So my coworker at Pacific Bell Internet, his name was Justin Dieppe, a Vietnamese man. So, my blood.
Your kindred spirit.
My countryman. But he had a very odd mustache. I would deem it a bad mustache. Anyways. And he was very short and tiny. But Justin Dieppe invited me to his wedding. And I was like, okay. We're co-workers, but I was never close with Justin Dieppe. He's a nice guy. I mean, we worked together. It was fine and dandy, but I wouldn't necessarily think that I was being invited to his wedding. Mm. So he sent me an invitation, and I just ignored it.
Oh.
Thinking that would be a quote-unquote no. And so he sent these invitations out a month before, whatever it was, 6 weeks maybe. And so we worked together every single day. And I thought that this was when I was uncouth, honey. And I was a young man. And I was hitting up the clubs with Mike Rasmussen and Matt Furuzawa. And we threw caution into the wind. But I didn't know that you were supposed to RSVP right away. So poor Justin Dieppe, a short Vietnamese man with a bad mustache, was getting married, invited me, saw me every day at work, but I never RSVP'd yes or no. And at the time, when it was happening, I was just like, whatever. Mm. He should know that I'm a no and I'm not going to go. But I never actually sent back the invitation. So now that I look back on it, I was like, I can't believe I did that.
Did he ever say anything?
No,
you?
Oh. No, that was a thing. I was like now, as a couth man, as a pillar of my community in West Sacramento, I was like, how could I ever do that?
Oh,
that was
that's
just
terrible.
Bad form, poor social gestures. But at the time, I was like, whatever. And again, he saw me every day. We worked together every day. And, so what I imagine that in his mind, in the back of his mind, or maybe the front of his mind, he was like, "You son of a bitch! Why don't you let me know? RSVP, yes or no? Let me know."
He hated you. He probably paid $50 for your plate that you never showed up for.
Yes, I would have gone
maybe $100.
I would have gone with the fish. Yeah.
If he included you and a +1,
yes,
maybe he's paying like $100 for your uneaten plates.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Why don't you send him a sorry card?
I should.
Along with our thank you cards.
Along with our thank you of our 3-year anniversary. I'm sorry, Justin Dieppe.
I'm sorry too on behalf of my husband.
Yes. I was a young man, okay? I didn't know what I was doing.
He should have come up to you and be like, "Hey, are you coming or not?"
Right.
If you saw him every day.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like I said, he's a Vietnamese man, so I'm half Vietnamese. We keep our emotions. We shove them down our throats, or we keep them hidden. So he couldn't out and out ask me by the vending machine for sodas, which were 25 cents each soda, by the way.
Wow.
He couldn't ask me straight up because he kept his anger hidden. I kept my whatever hidden because I didn't care. But anyways, I wanted to get that out. Sorry, Justin Dieppe. Yes. I hope you're still married. I hope you're still happy.
And oop.
Okay. So we've winnowed down the 40 little social etiquette rules everyone should follow to 20. Number whatever, 15-ish, I think. Ask before posting. Okay. So, and then the little sentence here. Sentence here is not everyone wants to be all over social media, and you're not a reporter, so stop spreading the news. This makes me think of darling daughter Luna Marie.
Yes.
Who is sometimes in the mood to be on, or she gives you strict directions.
About less than a year ago, she got her own Instagram account. And she follows both of us. So now she sees what we post. So I can no longer willy-nilly put pictures of her on the gram. Because she's like, oh, why'd you do that? I hate that.
Do not put this on the socials.
So yeah, I asked her.
I really like your hair right now, by the way.
Oh,
honey.
thank you.
Yes.
So I ask her now before I post anything, even stories or regular posts, I say, hey, I show her, can I put this picture of you? And 99% of the time she says no.
Yeah.
Or she'll say, she says, if you post that, I'm not going to like it.
Oh, dear. But she has this conversation with you, but she does not have this conversation with me because I'm not around, or I get the picture later, and then I will put the picture on the socials.
You post more pictures of her than I do.
Well, she is darling daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like she doesn't mind as much when you do it as when I do it.
Right. Because she came from your womb, and I'm technically not her quote-unquote dad. There is... Listen, as a son who has... As a man, boy, person, what am I? As a human who has a quote-unquote real mom and a quote-unquote stepdad, there is a difference there in how the relationship and how I treat them, how they treat me. So her sort of differentiating how she approaches each of us, understandable. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
But it's like your biological parent, you feel both closer to and at the same time more resentment towards.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And then
do I know what you mean, honey?
And then your step-parent,
yes.
You feel less emotional entanglement.
Yes. There's a connection
more acceptance,
there. Right. Yeah.
More leniency, more forgiveness.
Leniency is the perfect word. Perfect word.
So I get it. I'm not hurt. It's fine. I respect when she says don't post it. I do not post it.
Yeah.
And if you post like tons of pictures of her and she's liking them,
yeah,
it's fine. I get it. I understand that.
Yeah.
And
well, I always look at. I don't always look at, but I know that darling son Lennox Albert shows up more often in my gram for what he likes taking pictures. He's cheesy. He likes doing the big smile and acting wacky and goofy. Darling daughter Luna Marie's kind of more reserved. And she's older.
Yeah.
3 years older.
She's older. She's a preteen.
Yeah.
She's at that age where she's a bit more self-conscious.
She's very hesitant.
She wants to be more in control of what is being put out there in the world of her
right.
image.
Right.
Understandably.
And so I don't ask permission, but I make sure that when I do throw her on my gram, it's something tasteful, or just something where she can't be mocked or seen as just negative or different or construed in an odd way. Just so I keep that in mind. I'm not going to post anything embarrassing, but she is darling daughter and love her to bits, love her to pieces. She's the cutest thing ever. And so I want, I got to the point where, and I voiced this concern to you, not concern, but I was like, I have a lot of Lennox on my gram, and I want to up my Luna quota. But yeah, she demands the green light. I need to post. I need to verify. I need to make sure that but me, not so much. But I'm very conscious and cautious of what I put her on. And if it's not flattering, or if it's just she might think of as dumb or silly, I'll refrain.
Yeah. I think when it comes to children, you have to be very conscious of what you're posting.
Yes.
I know a person who...
Name them.
When their children were very little,
Mm-hmm.
toddlers, babies, posting naked butts,
Yeah.
bath pictures,
Yeah.
naked, running around without a diaper. And it was so annoying.
Cringy.
Tasteless.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it. I have never posted pictures of my kids in the bath.
Yeah.
Or their bare little baby booties.
Right.
I've never shared those pictures.
Yeah.
I hate it. And this person was like willy-nilly.
Yeah. That's for your phone.
I've said willy-nilly twice in
Yes.
the last 10 minutes.
Nilly-willy. Yes. That's for your phone. That's for your
Yeah.
hard drive. That's for your Google Photos
Yeah.
cloud storage.
So even when your kids are little, I think you need to be very selective in what you share to the public. And I
Yeah.
think it needs to be not constant. I think you need to be very not often with your posting.
Yeah.
And then especially as they get old enough to voice their opinion and care, like Luna is now, if she says no, 100%, I don't share anything.
Right.
I obey her wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think everyone needs to heed that. And
Yes.
go ahead.
Well, just putting your children in their underwear on Instagram, it makes me think of Gavin from the Wake Up Call. Okay.
Oh, did he do that? I don't follow those
done that.
losers.
He does that. It's too much. It's
Wow.
oversharing.
Especially him who's a public figure,
Yeah.
a media figure in this region.
Well, that's what I think.
Don't do that. My God.
Is when his son is 16, 17, 18, he's going to be like, why are there pictures of me in my underwear?
Okay.
On the gram.
Okay. That is very relevant for this week in the news.
Yes.
The Nirvana baby is suing
Yes.
child pornography
Very odd.
because his image was used as a baby in a pool.
Right. So
I think he should sue his parents.
yeah.
They're the ones who signed off on it.
Yeah.
Or they should be put in jail. Whatever.
Yeah. I think he should NFT his dink, but that's just me.
Oh, goodness. Does he even own that image? I wonder if his parents own that image.
No, I think
That's
it's
a very...
I think it's Dave Grohl. Okay.
That's
It's
a
not-
very... I'm
Kurt-
very...
Kurt Cobain is dead. Chris Novoselic is well, he's not he didn't continue into Foo Fighters.
I've never heard that name.
He was the guitarist. Dave Grohl. Okay.
Ever
It's
heard of
someone
him?
giving the best of you. Okay.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Next one. Curb your potty mouth. Potty mouth.
Yes.
We know it's satisfying like nothing else, but would you want your grandma to hear? Grandma Liz Fisher? Or your kid? Yes. Absolutely. And can I mention Grandma Bev here?
Sure.
She curses a lot.
Yeah.
And often. And I curse, but I do it very selectively.
You curse when you're drunk.
Right. Yes, honey. Thank you for saying that. But I do it as like comical. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
definitely.
I'm not F, this.
No,
S.
you curse when you're drunk to
Yeah.
get a laugh and a rise out of all of us.
Yeah, I'm trolling
Exactly.
our darling children. But yeah, and I do curse, but the situation usually warrants it. I've had to ask you a few times to be like, honey, you're cursing too much. And that's just with us.
Yeah.
Like one-on-one.
Yeah.
Just the two of us. Like, you're saying S too much or you're saying F too much because you're my lady and you're a proper lady and I love your hair right now. Did I mention that? But sometimes I think you curse too often.
I do. I curse more often than you do. And
Yeah.
you're not
Well, I'm a man.
you're not a big cursor,
Right.
and you don't appreciate cursing around you.
I don't. Yeah. Well, it should be saved for a special occasion or when it really warrants it.
I agree. I
When-
completely agree.
Like when I saw a bug on the wall earlier and I said S or F. But, curb your potty mouth. Don't curse. And I curse here and there, but I try to watch it and I try to rein you in on it.
I think cursing in general is very juvenile. If you do it excessively, it's very juvenile.
Yeah.
Juvenile?
Juvenile was a rapper. Cash Money Records. Yeah, it does denote someone who's immature.
Yeah.
Someone who can't come up with more appropriate language.
Yes. Agree.
Next one. Keep the noise down at work. You ringer on your smartphone, speak quietly, turn the sound down on your dinging email. Okay. But I would agree just generally. Okay, so I kept this in now that it just popped in my head why I kept this in. When I worked at Pac Bell Internet with Justin Dieppe, who I should have RSVP'd no. But okay, so if you RSVP no, going back to the RSVP. If you RSVP no, and because in the invitation there's no like reason, like I don't want to, or
I hate you,
I'm a drunk, or I hate you, or we're not close enough, Justin. I can't believe you even invited me. What the hell's with this invitation? But if you RSVP no, then you have to face. Then I would have to face Justin Dieppe every day at work. Dealing with DSL.
Well, you should have been like, my dad died. I'm going to a funeral. The funeral is like the...
And the funeral's the exact day that you're getting married, Justin Dieppe?
6 weeks in the future.
Well, I forget when you're getting married, but that's when my dad's funeral is. So, there was no good way. There was no good out.
No.
On there. Unless I had a legitimate excuse, which I didn't. We're not close enough, Justin.
You were young and wild.
Yes. I was young, wild, and free. Like the Wiz Khalifa Snoop Dogg song. And Snoop Dogg is like 50 years old singing about being young and wild and free. Wow. Okay. But keep the noise down at work. Absolutely. Simmer down.
This reminds me of today.
Yes.
All day long today, from the other end of the quadrant.
Yes. Sure.
I heard a cackling laugh from one particular woman.
At your job?
Yes.
Okay.
At my job today. All day long.
Do you not hear it every day? Or?
I do not. But it was like intermittent today. Intermittent.
Yes.
A cackling laughter echoing through the quadrant where we sit in our building. Yeah. It was very like annoying.
You wanted to throw something at her?
Yeah.
Well, this makes me think of so when I worked at back to Pac Bell Internet and Justin Dieppe, we worked in a room, decent sized room. There were about 10 of us, 12 of us, but Joanna, aka Johanna, she was a Hispanic girl. We would arrive at work and start working, and she would put on KMEL, which is the San Francisco hip-hop radio station.
Oh.
And you could stream it from the website or whatever. This was 15...
Was there streaming back then?
15, 20 years ago.
Olden
Yes,
days?
but you had to go to the website. There was no Spotify. There was no iHeart.
Okay.
There was you had to go to the specific website. So Johanna would put on KMEL streaming in a room of 10, 12, 15 people. Not all of us wanted to listen to Juvenile back that ass up twice an hour, every hour. But Johanna put this on every day. No one had the balls, to tell her, Johanna, maybe how about some headphones, some earbuds? And she would inflict us, Juvenile and the entire Cash Money crew, nonstop, every day. And now these days, it's less relevant. People have their phones. People have earbuds, AirPods.
No one's listening to just the radio out in the open now.
Right, headphones. But Johanna drove us crazy. Me and Justin Dieppe. I should have been like, I'm gonna come to your wedding and we're gonna badmouth Johanna.
Yeah, you shoulda.
Anyways, so keep the noise down at work.
Definitely.
Next one. Shake hands firmly.
Yeah. Okay. This was, I don't know who instilled this into my brain as a youngster.
Yes.
Somebody like instilled this into my mind that you have to shake hands firmly.
Yeah.
So I always like shook hands very firmly.
Yeah.
And many a time people would comment like, wow, you've got quite the firm shake there. Like, especially like grown men.
You're a bulldog. The grown men who would catcall you and tell you to smile, honey.
Probably.
Yeah. Firm handshake like bull.
But I agree. A limp handshake is very off-putting.
Yeah. This makes me think of recently at my work, Tien Bon. My coworker who has the same name as my mom, Tien Bon.
Tien. And he's gone now, right? He no longer works there?
To trade crypto.
Is that what he's doing? His new venture?
Sure, yes. Something like that. But I called him Uncle Tien Bon Me. Okay. It was like a
Uncle Tien.
But Uncle Tien Bon Me, on his last day, he was like, hey man, it was good working with you. We had a moment. And he went to shake my hand. But because of COVID and all this nonsense of don't touch each other, don't rub against each other, don't Tien Bon Me, Uncle Tien Bon Me, don't lick me. But I gave him a fist bump.
Oh. Did he reach with his hand and
Yes.
you responded with a fist?
Yes, absolutely. And I felt bad, but on the other hand, I was like, well, what about the Rona? But on the other hand, I should have just shook his hand. So
How did he respond to that? Did he...
He fist bumped me.
He transitioned from the palm to the fist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fine.
Did you embrace? Was there a hug?
There was no hug.
Chest to chest?
There was no chest to chest.
Okay.
I don't think he could have handled my chest. I lift, okay?
Uh-huh. Your hard pectorals.
My pectoralis majoris, which I work on with 55 to 60 pound dumbbells, depending on how I feel. And then when I interviewed for my current job with Robert Armstrong, at the end of our interview, it was in the beginning of COVID times, but I wanted to shake his hand, but I was like, hey, fist bump. So I wonder if people are even shaking hands now.
What about like an elbow to elbow bump?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a thing?
Maybe. Or like a chest to chest.
In the workplace?
They do that in the NFL. Or let's jump up 3 feet in the air and hit our chest. Midst air jump.
With the person you're interviewing with for a job.
Yeah. Hey, I got the job. Okay. Shake hands firmly and make eye contact. Oh, well, that goes to the security guards who don't look at me when they wave to me. And finally, we windowed this down from 40 to 20 because it's been quite a long time and we've had a lot to drink. Finally, dress for the occasion. Know how to rock it for the club or dress modestly for a funeral, okay? And please wear your PJs at home, not to the grocery store.
Oh.
I wholeheartily disagree.
Yeah, I know you do. We get ready to go to Walmart at 7 a.m.
Yes.
And you're in
if we're running late.
You throw on the gym shorts and wife beater you were wearing the night before.
Yes.
You throw on some flip-flops.
Yes.
I put on jeans and socks and shoes. And you're like, what are you getting dressed up for?
I'm like, are you going to church? Or I'm like, wow, you look very formal.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just wearing jeans and like shoes that tie up and a sweatshirt.
Well, I think it's very different for men. Like men.
Is it?
Yes. Remember Clueless, honey, Alicia Silverstone? So guys roll out of bed and put a hat on backwards and think we're supposed to swoon? I don't think so. I'm paraphrasing. But guys, the standard of clothes is much less.
I hear you.
And for women, well, I think it's self-imposed. You could jump out of bed in your booty shorts and your tank top.
No, I could not.
You could. Honey, you've been to the Walmart at 6 a.m. Some women do. Many women do.
And oop. Say something. And oop.
Alrighty.
The whole family is here.
Yes.
Oh.
Luna Marie, Lennox Albert, Frankie Blue Nicholas.
Yeah.
We're all here. Alrighty. That's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Liquid IV. We don't have a promo code for Liquid IV. Frankie is scratching my arm. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have... What should I say? Oh. And sure, I may have admitted to not RSVPing to Justin Diep's wedding when I should have RSVP'd no. Because you can RSVP yes or no, honey.
Yeah.
Just give a firm answer.
One or the other.
To Justin Dieppe, and I'm sorry, Justin. But I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Goodbye. I love you. Oh, I already said that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Bye-bye.